I got a Samsung dryer here that's not heating. Everything else is working fine on it, but no heat. And I fixed this problem years ago with the same machine. These are really old machines. What happens is this piece here, it's not an expensive part. It's easily found on Amazon and other places. This part here will have a crack. So somewhere in this coil that gets hot and cools down after you turn off the dryer, it expands and contracts, and then one of these coils will just crack. Especially if you're moving the dryer, you might find that when you get it to the destination, it doesn't work because in the movement you banged it and this might have cracked. So real easy fix, because all this does is just bolt into the bottom of your dryer, and then these two little fittings here just plug into the wiring harness on the dryer. Sometimes these little thermostatic pieces here could be bad, but typically not, but they give you all those just in case. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the old one out and replace it and show you how that's done. First thing you're going to do is take two screws off the back here. And then the whole top will come off. Removing the front panel of the dryer is pretty easy. There's just 4 bolts across the top. Then you can lift the plastic control panel up and out of the way. Then there's 4 more bolts across the metal top edge. And then there's 2 bolts down at the bottom of the open door. And you remove those 2 bolts, and now the whole front is removable. Just unplug the door latch at the top. It's got an electrical wire. And when that's unplugged, you can remove the whole door and set it aside. Now down here in the bottom right corner, this is where we've got the heating element. It's right there. You can see it underneath that cover. So we've got just a couple more screws here to take out for some sheet metal, and then that'll slide that tray out with the heating element on it. Now the nice thing about this is the wires are just long enough for you to be able to pull this whole chassis out without having to take anything else out apart. You might have to take this little plastic holder here and release this set of cables. But if you do that, you're gonna have enough slack to get this whole piece out. Let's take this over the bench and see where it broke. All right, so sometimes you can see right here, yeah. What you got is this coil. It just got brittle and it snapped. That's what happens. That's all it is right there. Just gotta replace it and this will be back in business. So I'm not gonna bother with any of these other pieces here that they give you. I'm just gonna replace the coil. And you can see the replacements. It's just an exact cutout of that same piece of sheet metal with a new coil. When you put this back, make sure none of your wires are touching the frame or each other. That's why these plastic ceramic pieces are here, so that it keeps the heat on the coil isolated from the rest of your washer and dryer. All right, let's get this put back in the dryer. Connect up your 2 power leads. You got the blue one and the red one. The blue one went over here. And the red one down here. Now we're just gonna aim this back into the back of the dryer. Now lining this all up inside your dryer can be a little bit tricky. What you've got here is in the back, there's that hole where all the hot air is gonna go through and go into the dryer itself. So you need to line up the back of this tube here with that. See those two little tabs? You need to fit it in there so those two little tabs will grab. And then also on the front, there's another tab. This one, let's see, right here. This little tab's gonna go in this slot on the base. And when everything is lined up, you're gonna find that that screw hole is gonna match up just perfectly with that screw hole in the front. So you're gonna need to put two hands on this and just twist it around a little bit to get everything settled, and then it's gonna fit in there just right, and you'll be able to put that screw in and bolt it down. Replacing the front panel is easy. Just put the tabs in at the bottom. Don't forget to plug in your door latch electrical wire at the top. Then you've got 4 bolts going across the top edge of the metal portion, 2 at the bottom. And then you'll set your plastic control panel in those tabs at the top and 4 bolts across the top. Then you'll put your dryer top back on the top, and then you'll just have those 2 bolts on the back, and you're done. Oh, good, nice and hot. So there you go. If you have this problem, it's, you know, a small amount of money in parts, it's worth fixing. So by all means, take a look. If you got an electric dryer, that element might be busted, and here's how you fix it. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope this information was useful to you. And as always, hope you have a great day.